It's 3:15, and that means it's time for...
The Real Deal with Bill McNeil.
That's right. Welcome once again to The Real Deal with Bill McNeil. I'm your host, Bill McNeil, and you're probably wondering exactly what is The Real Deal today.
Hey, good question.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes, and I don't know, I'm not doing a review, and I'm not really doing news. I'm kind of combining the two here. We've got Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon number 6 from Larry Hama wrapping up, and there's big changes as far as the status quo of the 616 in Marvel Comics. Danny Rand is out as Iron Fist. And if you look at the cover of Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon number 6, you may infer that Okoye from the Dora Milaje is the new Iron Fist. And you would at least be partially correct. She is certainly the Iron Fist for part of this story. I am not the biggest Iron Fist fan in the history of the world. I haven't read the character all that much. It doesn't feel like the character is really all that prevalent in the Marvel Comics universe as of late. If you have a big, team-up book or some type of big crossover event and all the Marvel heroes have to team up, you will normally see Danny way back in the corner, maybe next to Luke Cage in some of his the characters he's known to pal around with. I believe the last time I really remember the character doing anything was in Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. There were a couple of instances where it was mostly Luke Cage, but I believe Danny and Jessica Jones were also with him. Like had an intervention with Matt Murdock because he had accidentally killed somebody. They wanted to have like a heart-to-heart kind of talk about what Daredevil was going to do and like how he's going to deal with it. Otherwise, you just don't get to see a lot of Iron Fist. Too bad. Really cool character, just as far as the power set, what the character represents. Not my favorite costume. I'm going to be honest with that one. And it's just not a character that I'm heavily invested in. I didn't even watch the Netflix show. So it's hard for me to get outraged about Danny Rand no longer being Iron Fist. If I have some Iron Fist fans out there, let me know. Are you guys upset about this? Is this worthy of being outraged? Is this an outrage? Is this something people should be upset about? Or is this just, is this par for the course of the character? Is this something that you could have expected? It did sound like when they announced Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon that there was going to be some type of major change that happened by the end of it. I didn't really believe it because it's Larry Hama on a miniseries. Why would you give him anything really important to do? But then again, they might not think Iron Fist is important. Like I said, you just don't see the character very much. Larry Hama is the writer. Interesting creator. At one point, was he the best action-based comic creator in the world? He's definitely up there. He's in the conversation. I don't know if he was never number one, but he was really close to that. That is not who Larry Hama is anymore. Hasn't been for quite some time. He's not completely spent. He does have a hit or two every once in a while. Not a big hit, but a good story. I really enjoyed his I, Wolverine story. That was a 2-parter in Iron Man 2020. Probably the highlight of that event. The art was atrocious, but the story itself was pretty good. The art here by Dave Walker is much better. If you are not familiar with Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon, I actually kind of noped out after issue number 2, so I didn't even realize Okoye was here until I heard that there was a big change as far as the Iron Fist mantle. So I figured I would go check it out. But this is what's happening. So we have the Hierophant, and he's got an army of dead ninjas that are pursuing the Gork and Danny Rand, and they're trying to get into the heavenly cities. Okoye has joined Danny Rand, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, I believe it's Pei, a little girl in Fu. With the little girl is a smaller dragon named the Gork, who plays a big role in this, at least at the end. And they have cut off all the gates into the heavenly cities to delay the pursuit by the Hierophant and his army of dead ninjas. And they have retreated to the hidden city, but little known to them, waiting was the Ghost Dragon. But by this point, Okoye has already sacrificed the Spider Dragon and absorbed that dragon's chi, and they are aware that the best way for them to defeat the Hierophant is to use the Dragon Chi and Iron Fist together. At this point, I think they want you to believe that they're going to do it individually, but that's not what happens. You can look on the cover and you can kind of guess where we go from here. So that's where we pick up. There's a big battle going on with the ghost dragon. They're fighting tooth and nail, and Luke Cage essentially gets mauled by the dragon. He kind of picks him up, chews on him a little bit, spits him out, and he is not in good shape. Danny rushes to his friend's side, tries to take care of him, and I don't know. I guess that sets Okoye off. She decides to take her dragon chi and go after him. She pierces the heart of the dragon and rips it out, and she holds the evil dragon heart above her head, as a trophy. Pretty cool moment there. And as that is happening, the Hierophant finally starts coming to the gates with his army of dead ninjas. And it is not looking good for our heroes. There are only a handful of them left. Even Luke Cage, who was bitten and chewed on by a dragon, is on his feet. He's got Danny Rand's back. Even the little girl, Pei, has a sword. This isn't going to go well. So Danny takes her hand, Okoye's, puts it on his chest. She absorbs the power of the Iron Fist. And he says, "You had the dragon chi. Now you have the Iron Fist. Together, they can take down the Hierophant. The heroes and I will deal with the others." And she says, "You are the true hero, Danny Rand." Well, I disagree, because you're the one killing dragons and defeating the villain. So I would say you're the hero, Okoye. Perhaps this should have been called Okoye, Heart of the Dragon. Maybe not Iron Fist. I don't know. Although technically, as you're going to see, you just saw it. She is Iron Fist. So maybe Okoye Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon. Maybe people wouldn't have been confused about what was going to happen here. This is probably the best page of sequential art from Dave Walker in this comic book, in my opinion. It's a pretty decent climax, but with the power of the Dragon Chi and the Iron Fist, Okoye takes down the Hierophant pretty easily. She kind of takes him out. You can see she's dripping the wicked hearts of the dragons out of him, and he explodes, and that is that. And she has secured victory. Like I said, Danny Rand, you are no hero, sir. Okoye is the hero of this book, and certainly probably should have been the titular character, since she's the one that won, and you were kind of like cowering in the background, hoping that you didn't die. After that, we've got Pei and the Gork. The Gork, essentially is put back into an egg so he can gestate, and then over time he will become Gork the Undying and the new holy dragon of all the heavenly cities, since we've lost all these dragons during this story. And she's holding the egg, and she loves the egg because she loved Gork, and he was with her, and he slobbered on her, all that stuff. And Okoye says, "Danny Rand, it is time to return the Iron Fist to you." Danny says, "That's not the way it works, Okoye. It's yours now. And anyway, I wasn't all that good at it in the first place. You were better at Iron Fist in one day than I've been in my entire life. I've only been Iron Fist for almost 50 years. I'm not outraged about any of this, but that line there is lame. And just another example that maybe Larry Hama doesn't have it anymore. But if you're an Iron Fist fan, is this in character? Does this feel like something Danny Rand would say when he gave up his powers because somebody else was able to wield them better than him? Because he was no longer worthy of the Iron Fist mantle. But he didn't take it back, folks. He said, I am not the Iron Fist. You're the Iron Fist, Okoye. You were better with the power anyway. I was never a good Iron Fist to begin with. Probably not the... I don't know, you'd expect a character to have a little bit more self-awareness in all the people that he saved and the things that he's done and affected throughout the course of the Marvel 616 history. It's too bad that Danny Rand doesn't have a little bit more self-confidence or self-worth than to say, I just wasn't a very good Iron Fist anyway. It's okay to understand that you have weaknesses, but you can understand that you accomplished something along the way too. Larry Hama. So at the end, Okoye does not want the Iron Fist power, and she says, as the power of the Iron Fist was passed from the dragon Shao Lao, the Undying, I return that power to the essence that will one day be Gork the Undying, and thus the circle is the circle of life. Thus, the circle is complete, and all is in balance again. And she has returned the Iron Fist power to the egg with the gestating Gork the Undying to one day be found and restored again when there is a new Iron Fist, a new need for an Iron Fist legacy. Apparently, Marvel Comics does not need an Iron Fist, and you could say that's probably correct because they do nothing with the character. In fact, they just threw him over to Larry Hama and let Okoye take all of his shine and be the hero in his own story. So that is Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon number 6. Danny Rand is not the new Iron Fist. Okoye was the new Iron Fist for about 5 minutes, and they passed the power on. It is there dormant inside that egg waiting to be discovered. Like I said, I am not the biggest Iron Fist fan. I wish I could have a big reaction one way or the other and really be like, this is wrong because of this, and this. I don't have that feeling here. I'm like, I'm indifferent. I don't like the line about, I was never a good Iron Fist anyway. Was it in character for him to just give up his power and his mantle to another character so that they could wield it? Because apparently they were better at it than him. Was this a good way for Danny Rand to go out? Was this a good swan song for Danny Rand as Iron Fist to give the power up and leave it within the egg for somebody else to discover? What's Danny Rand going to be if he's not Iron Fist? Is there any reason for him to be in the series or in the Marvel 616 other than to, to be a damsel in distress for Luke Cage and Matt Murdock? Maybe not. We shall see. Maybe he'll get the power back soon. I'm not outraged, but if you are, let me know in the comments section. If you're a big Iron Fist fan, was this the tits? Was this the bee's knees? Was this a travesty? Was it a shimocracy? Let me know either way, because I'm interested in hearing what you guys say. But that's the big part of it. Danny Rand is no longer the Iron Fist. Okoye was the Iron Fist for about 14 seconds, and now it's waiting to be discovered once again in the Marvel 616. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.